This video was made possible with the help of Game Toppers. Upgrade your gaming experience with a Game Topper.
Hello chaps and chapettes. As you may know, my daughter and I like playing two-player abstract games. We love King and Assassin because of the theme and the asymmetric powers that are in the game. We also love Onitama because it's so elegant and beautiful and simple to play and a nice kind of brain burner. Another two-player abstract game which I picked up at Essen from BlackRock Games is Jurassic Snack, which has this cool cartoon artwork. It has some really nice 3D components in it, and it even has Bruno Catala's name on it. And I thought my daughter would fall in love with this because of all those wonderful things. But she was not so enamored. But we'll get back to that later. What is Jurassic Snack? Well, start by saying that this is the regular version of Jurassic Snacks. There is an extra large version which is bigger and has bigger components and bigger bits, and yeah, it looks nice. But this is the regular version, and in it, players are going to have some hungry hippo dinosaurs who are going to be eating shrubs, and they're trying to eat as many shrubs as they can because shrubs means points. You heard it there first. They can also win if the other player is eliminated with this nasty little beast here. So let's have a quick overview of the rules and go through some of my thoughts and feelings, as well as dive into a technical review of Jurassic Snack. When you set up your game, you've got these 4 tiles which are going to be your board, and you can arrange these in any format that you wish. You could just do a standard square, you could do a circle, you could do a T shape, an L shape, or even just a zigzag shape. Now this is a nice element to the game because it adds a little bit of replayability, because the position of these tiles will change your strategy a little bit in regards to movement. And then there are the tokens which are randomly placed on the board, and they all do different things. And again, the orientation of the tiles will dictate where your dinosaurs are going to start the game. On a player's turn, the actions are very simple. You have 2 actions, and they're basically movement actions. You're going to be moving a dinosaur in a straight line orthogonally, and they will stop moving when they hit something. So they might come to the edge of the board, they might hit another dinosaur, or they might hit a shrub token. If they hit a shrub token, they get to eat that shrub token. You reveal it and you act out the power if there's a power on it, and you keep that token in front of you because they are points at the end of the game. Now this is great because it ties in with the look of the game. It is a simple mechanic where dinosaurs are going to be sliding across the board once the shrubs have been removed, and this will give a little bit of strategy for us older players, but it also is a bit of fun and, you know, a nice mechanism for the younger players to learn. And as the board gets whittled away of shrubs, your movement decisions are going to be a little bit different due to the fact that, you know, there might be a corner where there's lots of shrubs, but your dinosaurs are on the other side of the board, and how can you get there and eat them? So it's all a bit of a logical puzzle of lines and knowing when to stop. Sometimes it's good to run into another dinosaur, which means that you can then take a deviation right turn, you know, 90-degree angle turn, and then move the second action in another angle to get closer to where you want to go. All simple stuff, but this is logical things which your children can learn quite nicely. Now going back to the tokens, when you reveal them, they might just be grass tokens, which means that you eat them and they give you 2 points. but they may be a special power token. Some of these tokens will allow you to move your dinosaur to an empty space anywhere on the board. Some of them may let you give birth to an extra dinosaur which you can add to the board. Another one will let you look at all the tokens on one of the tiles of your choice, and this is nice because this will help that player immensely as to which shrubs they should eat and which ones they shouldn't eat, you know, because again, these tokens have different point values depending on what the power is. There's also the volcano token, which will make you remove 2 shrubs from the board, which again keeps the game a bit shorter. And then we get to the surprise token, which is the T-Rex. When you reveal this token, the T-Rex jumps out and eats that dinosaur, and then the T-Rex comes into the play. And the final power will ship that T-Rex to an empty space anywhere on the board, which may just save your hide. Again, the nice thing about what happens now is that the T-Rex uses the same mechanisms as your normal dinosaurs. He can move, yes, but now you have that decision. Do I move my dinosaur or do I move the T-Rex? Because the T-Rex, when it bumps into another dinosaur, it eats it. Well, technically, if it bumps into another T-Rex, yes, there are 2 of them, it doesn't eat the other T-Rex. Again, it's just a simple idea, but it adds a nice unique twist to the game. But unfortunately, sometimes the luck of the tiles can ruin the experience for a player. They may find themselves drawing both of these dinosaurs into play, removing 2 of their own, and so they're down to 2, while the other player accidentally gives birth to a 5th one, and then the game is a little bit unbalanced. And that's one of the things that I find a problem with the game, is the randomness, especially in a 2-player game. This can really make you, this is like punching you when you're down, which is a bit unfortunate. And the other player can quite easily win due to the fact that they've got more dinosaurs on the table, and all they have to do is just keep moving the T-Rex until they've eaten the other player up. Even if it means they lose 1 or 2 in the process, they're gonna win. And that brings us to the winning conditions. The game will end either when one player has lost all their dinosaurs and one player is left standing, or once all the shrubs have been eaten, you will count up the points that you have from the shrubs that you've collected during the course of the game. The player with the most points is the winner. So let's jump to the technical side of the game. The game is a fantastic product. It's a nice, simple gateway game for young children to get into. It saves teaching them chess, for instance. This is a nice, you know, you can get your 2 kids to play this, or you can play against your child, and quite easily they can pick the rules up and they can pick up the strategies in displacing their monsters, well, not monsters, but dinosaurs around the board. And it's great pleasure. These are fantastic tactile feel. The tokens themselves are nice and big and chunky, and the boards, again, you know, with the variability of moving around, can change the game quite a bit. The rulebook is well written and well laid out with very simple explanations of things, and it just works as a product. It is well packaged, although because of the chunkiness of everything, you will probably have to throw away the insert to fit everything in nicely. I haven't thrown it away yet, and as you can see, it's not closing properly. So my technical score about the mechanics and the components that you get in, this game is stellar. It's simple, it's quick playing, it doesn't go on too long, and it is this nice back and forth between 2 players. And as I said, it works good with children as well as it does with adults. And I can give it a 9.5 out of 10. But how do I feel about the game? Well, personally, my BGG score is a 7 out of 10. It's a game that I don't mind playing, but the fact that there's this luck factor in it, this luck can swing the game to any player. Now, sometimes, most of the times when you play, the luck is kind of equally balanced, but you will get the occasional game where the luck just is totally out of your hands, and that kind of feels unfair in a 2-player game. One of the good things that I've heard about Jurassic Snack is they are bringing a 2nd edition with different dinosaurs. Again, 2-player, again, the same rules, the same thing. But the thing is, what you'll be able to do is put this version and the second version together and play a 4-player game. Now, that's a good reason for me to keep hold of this, due to the fact that with that luck element in the game still, with 4 players, it feels a little bit more balanced, due to the fact that players can form alliances and gang up against other players and suggest things to other players. You know, look, we've all got one dinosaur, let's stick to that player there, let's all gang up on them. So yeah, at the moment, it's a good game. I'm not enamored with it like I should be, but I'm looking forward to playing it maybe as a 4-player, and maybe my score will be a tad higher, maybe a bit more higher, because it will add more variability in your map layouts and more variability in, your strategies. As I said, you can do teamwork. Maybe it'd be a 2 versus 2 version, as well as an all-out war against every other player. One thing I would have liked to have seen in this version of the game is a dumbed down version where there is maybe just one Tyrannosaurus Rex that comes into the game. And so one player will lose a dinosaur, and then there may be an extra egg, so that the game feels a little bit more balanced, and it does go to that kind of end game situation where you do just count up your tokens at the end of the game, instead of having this elimination, which can hurt a younger player. Games are very quick, unless you're playing against a chess master, and then it becomes a little bit more elongated as the players bang their heads together and calculate every single move. But apart from that, it's a good game. I would recommend getting it if you have young children and you want to teach them simple 2-player abstract games. As I said, great pieces, great bits and bobs. If you combine my technical score and my personal BGG score together, you're going to get an 8.25 out of 10. And that should give you a good example of roughly how good this game is and how well it will go down with you. So, there you go. That's Jurassic Snacks. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you found it informative and pointed you, and maybe it's pointed you in the direction whether this is a game for you and your family or not. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you know someone that might appreciate learning about this game, share this video with them. And if you want to check out everything board game related that I've done and Gilu has done, you can go to boardgameseverybodyshould.com and check out all the written reviews, the board game music there, as well as the other videos. So thanks very much for watching. I'll say ciao for now, and remember to please play nicely with each other.
Just sitting at the table next to Felicia would be quite nice. Wouldn't it be good? I got some board games.